Hey everyone, it's no surprise that there are thousands of rich people who have so much money they legitimately have no idea what to spend it on. Most of the time, they'll probably go for something that makes sense, like another car or a second mansion, because there's so little that it would barely make a dent in your account. But there are things that no matter how much money you have, they don't have a lot of value, especially if you already have a bad taste. Chains of rings, for example, are incredibly common, but some people just can't be happy with basic ones. They have to go out of the way to commission insanely expensive ones that have so many diamonds. It's basically like having a sign that says, "Please rob me," around your neck. Luckily for these people, some of them were so bad, I really doubt anyone would want to take them, or even believe that's not just cheap plastic. And as you mentioned, with how much they weigh, all hanging around your neck, you can't even wear it for that long. Completely defeating the point of buying a chain.
An iced out Florida license plate, a $500,000 box of crayons, and a literal diamond plated toilet. These are the stupidest pieces of jewelry ever bought by rappers, with 21 Savage creating a necklace.
Oh, that's an awful caricature. Oh no. Oh, that's the actual piece. Oh god.
$25,000, and was so over the top he retired from buying jewelry afterwards. Every time I meet someone who's very, very rich, like wealthy, I've never seen them with jewelry on, although Lil Pump apparently ignored the message, as he'd have his own face made out of diamonds less than a year later. At a cost of $360,000.
That's not as bad as the one before. It's decent.
Such as, imagine the pain knowing the colossal waste of money this was, only made worse given others.
Hey, that blew a lot of like 10-year-old minds, okay? You take that back.
And that chain, and looks like Gollum. Although after showing the chain off in a GQ episode, Lil Pump flexed another piece of jewelry which was somehow even stupider. The chain reading drug addict was bought for $380,000, which when combined with his
that looks like it was ripped off like some carnival roller coaster, like not, high quality.
Relevant. However, this is nothing compared to how much Rick Ross spent to put his face on a necklace, given he'd purchased this atrocity for $1.5 million, or about 5 regional houses. For whatever reason, the chain also featured.
It does not look good.
Logo,
oh, it has the logo. Okay, that's good. Also, I just want to say, what's to stop someone from just like sneaking into his house, stealing it, and replacing it with like some cheap Temu ripoff? Like, surely if you just replace like the inside with a huge like heavy filling, it would feel the same. Like, I doubt you can really tell a difference with how it looks on face value.
Ross, who was wearing Rick Ross. The necklace might have been inspired by the game's equally funny Jesus piece wearing a Jesus piece, although in terms of Jesus pieces, they get much worse. For example, Lil Boosie's Christ the Redeemer pendant was bigger than an infant, weighing in at 10 pounds or 4.5 kilograms, which when combined with his equally crazy Holy Bible chain, not only made him look ridiculous, but likely also gave him back pain. It's therefore no surprise that after Boosie flexed the chains on Instagram, his audience stated, "Bible says don't worship false idols, this guy gets a Holy Bible gold chain, SMH this generation man, and this is whack on so many levels. Please hire a financial advisor today." Boosie claimed to have bought the chain.
Even I feel like this is less arrogance getting a Bible on a chain than your own face with diamonds,
Because at the 2010 BET Awards, Kanye West unexpectedly walked out with the biggest chain ever worn by a musician, honoring the Egyptian god Horus, which hung lower than his waist. The chain accompanied an equally crazy 24-carat 5-finger pyramid ring, with the 2 items costing a total
oh my god, that's a weapon in of itself.
The piece in 2016 stating, "This is dumb, this chain is stupid, like 2 + 2 = 7. Yet Lil Baby apparently thought this equation was normal, as he dropped thousands of dollars on a Rolex and iced out chain for his son's 3rd birthday. This was followed by a further $100,000 worth of jewelry for his 7th birthday, which understandably attracted criticism.
Man, even the kid's surprised, like, god damn.
Age, he buys him liabilities. Great parenting. What does a 7-year-old
that is true. If some kid walks around with that kind of jewelry, like even if they're with their parents or with security, that's still like, not safe to be walking around with.
Toys. Rappers raising their kids to go broke. Too much resources at too early of an age spoils the milk, given Lil Baby's son's next chain might have been a $500,000 box of crayons. Sean Kingston bought the piece.
Okay, that's dumb. Even a kid would enjoy like an actual box of crayons. not a chain with
and
diamonds.
had to have his sister mail it across the country when the necklace needed repairs. However, Sean Kingston's $500,000 chain was stolen from the mail. The authorities
I was
were
about
alerted
to joke
the
about
missing
that,
bling
God.
when the ship package arrived at the jeweler's shop empty. Kingston's sister reportedly only insured the extravagant parcel for just $500, yet this might have been a good thing. The ugliest necklace ever. Whoever took it did the guy a favor, but this isn't the only ugly necklace that wound up getting stolen.
Yeah, this video is a very like high rapid story where like after he's given a brief description, he's on to the next. So I'll just say now, that blows my mind. Like surely if you're going through the risk of having like that much, you know, like a jewelry that expensive going through mail, surely you would either have like someone actually delivered by hand, like a friend, whatever, or you would get the insurance way higher than 500. Because what will stop someone from like checking the package? They have rules of customs that let them open whatever box they want if it feels suspicious. So why wouldn't a regular guy just like take a box, open it, and just like sneak the chain into like his locker or drive home? Like that chain was probably worth more than like 5 years working at a post office. So it would be way better just like take that and like get a new job. The money just outweighs the good, the bad, I guess.
Mike Jones went to bed and woke up to the piece missing.
I was sleeping in my house one day and I woke up and my homie stole it from me, you feel me?
Really?
Yeah.
And while you could argue that the chain wasn't ugly, his negligence made the story pretty damn stupid. $1 million worth of jewelry around his neck, and he fell asleep without first locking it into a safe. Genius, although there's nothing less genius than Ply's entire jewelry collection. After dropping his 4th studio album called Goon, Ply celebrated its release by ordering a diamond-encrusted Goon snapback, an iced-out Goon license plate, and so many Goon ski masks.
That's pretty badass, having the license plate Goon around your neck.
Jewelry might have been his iced-out clothing iron, or his ridiculously large gold Cuban chain, which weighed in at 15.5 pounds or 7 whole kilos. My IQ just dropped 20 points by watching this video alone. At least Ply's jewelry made for a funny story, as the background behind Lil Jon's—
So I want to say now, if you have enough money, fair enough, spend whatever you want. I'm not going to be like a financial advisor telling you what you spend your money on, but this way is hurting your neck more than anything else. Do you really need that much? Come on, guys.
Behind Lil Jon's awful Crunk Ain't Dead chain was nothing short of depressing. Lil Jon was so confident that the crunk genre of music wouldn't die, he blew $500,000 on the necklace back in 2007, in the process setting a Guinness World Record for the largest diamond pendant in the world. However, just a year after making the expensive claim that crunk wasn't dead, the genre died completely, leaving Lil Jon with a totally irrelevant chain.
That has to hurt. Oh, God, yeah, that's awful. That's probably like the one, not just that, the thing before about getting like a world record for like the biggest diamond pendant. That's probably the one useful thing, because at least it's gonna be remembered as like an award, I guess, in some kind of way, as opposed to just getting stolen or getting forgotten about. I think most people get so many chains, they just forget about the last one, or they just throw it away. They can't find it anywhere else.
Although there's an equally terrible necklace that caused even more damage. T-Pain's big ass chain. After first buying it, he'd write on Twitter,
That's like something you'd see in like the Family Guy that Peter buys.
want to try our doobie, then we're going at it like next door neighbors. Believe that. 10 pounds, 197 carats. Very, very real. I don't know what fake feels like. Unlike almost every other piece so far,
I feel like 10 pounds is actually like not a bad weight for that. I feel like it would be way heavier.
It was a dare. Some dude on the side of the stage before I went on stage said, I bet you won't get a chain. That says big ass chain.
How much it originally cost him.
How much?
Oh,
Not
400.
400,000?
Yeah.
And how much it's worth.
Fair enough. I can't imagine any other reason to get that. I thought it would be a dare.
Therefore, no surprise
If we were a double dog dare, then yeah, I don't blame him.
financial regret.
The dumbest shit.
Like, I've done some dumb things. But this one up here.
With the item being so ludicrous, most of the public thought it was fake.
I always thought it was fake.
I thought it was
Until
fake
you
too.
said
I
that.
ain't
on
gonna
TV.
lie.
yeah.
I was like, nobody. You know why I always thought it was fake? 'Cause I was like, nobody would really buy that.
It should have been.
I was thinking the same
wanted it
thing.
to
I was
be.
like,
It should have been fake.
In addition to the big ass chain, T-Pain spent a further $400,000 on a range of liquor bottle jewelry, which he then
That sucks, yeah.
completely.
so what happened to those bottles? You still have those? Or you melted those down too?
I don't know where they are.
You don't know when that
My
is?
God, I lost some
You
money.
lost them?
Yeah.
So $400,000 just gone in the wind.
Yeah.
Which was something that could
It's funny because I feel like a safe just keep all of those changes would be like 1/100th of a price for how much you spend on it. So you know that's like the bare minimum security or insurance you can have to not lose it or get stolen.
Removable diamond grill, Lil Wayne spent $150,000 to have diamonds glued onto his actual teeth,
These don't come out like the
But
other
are they all
girls.
diamonds? Oh, wow.
meaning he needed to brush them after every single meal and could only take them out with a highly invasive surgery. Lil Wayne went to jail roughly 1 year after.
If you went to any third world country, they would just rip it out of him without hesitation.
Able to delay his sentence by complaining his teeth hurt, with 6ix9ine also showing that jail and bad jewelry often go hand in hand. On the cheaper end,
That reminds me, who's the one that got a diamond encrusted in the head? That should be the funniest one. Yeah, please. I hope he brings it up.
Yet there were 2 more $1 million chains which were even dumber purchases. Firstly, there was his spinning rainbow 6ix9ine pendant, which he proudly covered in water to prove that it was waterproof, although he should have taken the chance to show off his second $1 million chain, which acted as a water pistol and simply said water. However, if we're on
Sucks. That should be the most Chinese one ever. Like some of you find a market for a kid.
Next, Soulja Boy explained that he'd bought an actual Lamborghini and needed some jewelry to match, so he'd spend $250,000 on a Lamborghini chain, which had moving wheels and its own remote control,
Oh my
meaning he
God.
could drive the chain in various parts of his house. Soulja Boy eventually
Right, I just realized, what's to stop a kid from like seeing that in a playground and picking it up and says that it's his? Like if he said to the police that he stole it, he'd be like, there's no way you, as a grown-ass man, had a toy car in a park. Alright, stop lying.
friend as a birthday present, although he still had other pieces of highly speculative jewelry. For example, he dedicated a different piece to the Transformers movie and spent $500,000 on a mediocre chain reading "The world is yours." Although while Soulja Boy might have owned the Earth, the entire solar system belonged to Takeoff. The monstrous piece featured 4 planets.
Yeah, that
2
kinda
stars,
makes sense
and
with the
sun,
name.
and its own
Okay, it's not that
rocket
bad.
ship. The piece was valued by a jewelry expert who appeared on GQ.
That setup right there to get done with all those carrots, all that ice, at least $500,000.
Although the other 2 Migos members might have taken things even further. For example, Quavo spent $250,000 to put himself in the Ratatouille movie, which accompanied 2 equally wild Yoda and Crash Bandicoot chains,
That
neither of
sucks.
which were as crazy as Offset's.
That's something like a PS4 fanboy would get, you know, someone in the house.
This is $250 a quarter. It's heavy too. It's more than a kilo.
The chain was hailed as being, quote, ridiculously detailed, complete with graffiti and oven and 2 figurines of Offset, both of them armed, although the trap house wasn't nearly as
Thank God I've
gangster.
specified.
Shorty Lowe's crack vial on a necklace, or Method Man's ice pick chain, which he couldn't get past TSA security because they thought it could be used as a weapon. Ghostface's Versace medallion was somehow even more obnoxious, especially when combined with his solid gold eagle bracelet, although for Young Jock's Hustlenomics chain, there are simply no words to explain how bad it is. Rather, we might have to look at the jewelry owned by Lil Duval, whose entire collection is designed to mock these other rappers. For example,
God,
he showed up
yes.
to a birthday bash wearing a plastic fake-ass chain before trolling every other rapper with a diamond-encrusted toilet. He then posted an image of rapper chains to his Instagram with a caption reading, "My toilet chain almost 10 years old, and I'm still on all of you." Although if there's one man who could out-troll the
pretty
troll,
honest.
it's gotta be Flavor Flav, whose oversized diamond-covered clocks are so damn stupid, it makes him an extremely memorable artist. Giving off a similar vibe is Slick Rick's atrocious satellite dish-looking Rolex, which was shown on GQ with the rest of his chains, all of which were bought because of their crazy size. I love how he keeps trying to put meaning behind the reasons he bought his jewelry, but it really was just because it was the biggest thing in the store. But if
It's easiest money ever.
anything, it's that rappers buy these terrible pieces of jewelry so they can stand out from the crowd. And whether that be DJ Mustard's mustard bottle, Waka Flocka's foghorn leghorn rooster, or Just Blaze's PS3 controller, it's safe to say
Oh,
that
you know what? That one would be decent if the actual joysticks moved. But it's a jewelry, so surely it would just it would rust up if it did.
achieved exactly that.
Oh my God, Frosted Flakes, that's not bad. I wish he brought the one guy that got a diamond in his hair. He got stolen off him. I think there's a certain threshold with that kind of stuff where you spend so much money, it starts to become more like a liability for it to get lost or stolen. most people I know probably buy that kind of stuff to like kind of save it or invest it, but with them, they probably have so much money, they don't even care if they have it for like a week and then throw it away. They just want to have, for the moniker, I guess. I mean, it worked. If you end up being more, in this video, having your name mentioned, because of that dumb change you bought like however long ago. But man, that last one where the guy was just like with everyone, just making fun of them was probably the funniest. That fake ass chain in the toilet, pretty good. I mean, if he placed that guy earlier, I really would think it's legit with how other people had like the dumbest stuff ever. The one that should be the lamest, or the kind of one that kid would get, would be like a cartoon character, like Foghorn Leghorn. Like who most people out on the street would not recognize who that is. Apart from me, like some old man who recognized them, like seeing you're like 5% cooler, fair enough. If it's worth $500,000, then yeah, I guess you want that, respect.